How did the Yalta Conference influence Eastern Europe's fate? Imagine a world where the fate of nations was decided over a few days of intense discussions. This was the reality at the Yalta Conference in February 1945. The leaders of the United States, the United Kingdom, and the Soviet Union gathered to shape the post-World War II landscape. Their decisions would have lasting impacts, especially on Eastern Europe. At Yalta, the Allied leaders agreed on how to manage countries liberated from Nazi control. They talked about creating interim governments that would representing all democratic elements. They also promised free elections to ensure these governments reflected the people's will. However, the Soviet Union had different plans. By this time, they had already occupied much of Eastern Europe and wanted to install pro-Soviet communist governments. Poland was a key focus. The Soviet Union supported a communist-dominated committee in Lublin, sidelining the Western-backed government in exile in London. The Western Allies accepted a compromise, allowing the Lublin Committee to include other political groups. Yet, the promise of genuine free elections was never fulfilled. Instead, the Soviet Union tightened its grip on Eastern Europe. This conference effectively extended Soviet influence across the region. Countries like Poland, Romania, and Bulgaria fell under Soviet control. Despite the talk of democracy, these nations lost much of their political independence. This division created what is known as the Iron Curtain, marking the start of the Cold War. The Yalta Conference also decided how Germany would be divided after the war. Germany was split into four zones, each controlled by one of the Allies: the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and the Soviet Union. This division laid the groundwork for East Germany and West Germany, further solidifying the East-West split in Europe. In essence, the Yalta Conference influenced Eastern Europe's fate by legitimizing Soviet control under the guise of democracy. The promises made about free elections and self-determination were largely ignored. Instead, Eastern Europe faced decades of Soviet dominance, shaping the political landscape of the Cold War era. The decisions made at Yalta would echo through history, affecting millions of lives in the years to come.